Hello, today I want to do another video on the Point of Rocks. This story is from our Custer Country book from the Lost Treasures of Montana series, and actually the research we found in this story for Could There Be More, we found that we had, in our first edition of Custer Country, made a mistake on the location of the holdups and the cache by Roberts for the area known as Point of Rocks. And so when we did a second edition of Custer Country, we were able to correctly put a new map on this area of where Roberts' cache of money embezzled from the railroad in 1904 is hidden, and where another stagecoach robbery loot is hidden, as well as many more are suspected. So back to our story. In the Could There Be More, we ended up turning up a newspaper article that told the history of some stagecoach lines that came to and through Billings to go to other parts of Montana. And so this one particular stagecoach line in our story was established in 1885, and it suffered from stagecoach holdups. And so basically there was a man named Buzzy, B-U-S-S-E-Y, Buzzy, who robbed they believed he robbed the stagecoach at what was known as 5 Mile Point, the Point of Rocks in Montana, just north of Billings. And so anyway, he actually met the stagecoach at the next stop, and when they were telling about being robbed at the Point of Rocks, he started laughing about it and asked you for a match, did he? Well, anyway, with the stage, how it got robbed is this man with a mask stepped out from behind a rock, and the stage stopped, and he goes, "Do you got a light?" And he asked for a match, and oh, and while you're at it, throw down the box. So anyway, the stage got to the next stop and told about the robbery and is asking for a match. Buzzy was laughing about asked you for a match. That kind of put suspicion on him because he arrived just ahead of the stage. So anyway, there was some cattle rustling going on in the area too, and some other things. And this farmer named Raymond, he had some cattle disappearing. And anyway, his son had seen something and told his dad, Mr. Raymond, that his mother's taking food out to this man that's like living and sleeping in a haystack. And so it kind of, if you read the story, it kind of sounds like maybe she's doing a little more than taking them food. So anyway, this is 1885, folks. It's in the papers. It's kind of leaves you wondering what's really going on here between these two. And one morning the son tells the father, yeah, he just came out of the haystack. So the father goes and gets his gun, and Buzzy goes into the barn, and Mr. Raymond follows in with his gun, and there was a piano box in the barn, and apparently Buzzy crawled inside this piano box, and Mr. Raymond fired shot after shot into this box and riddled Buzzy's body with 17 bullet holes. Now this happened shortly after the stagecoach holdup, so the stagecoach loot is never been found. It should be in the immediate area of the rocks. Story where there's a cliff, the old Lavina trail that the stage took, and a creek on the other side, and where that stage came up, once they stepped out, the stage couldn't turn left or right. It was trapped. So in that area there were several holdups, and this one involving Buzzy is in the loot somewhere in that area, as well as Robert's 1904 embezzled money from the railroad, which was $997 or so, which well, Roberts dug up the gold, so I speculate that that's all silver. Maybe some rotted currency by now, but still well worth finding. It'd be a rather interesting hunt, especially knowing that there's not just one, but at least two or more treasures right in the Point of Rocks region. So even though this is a follow-up to the Point of Rocks story that we've done originally, this one predates the Point of Rocks by almost 20 years. And so until next time, have a good day.